Hello and welcome. This is Josh coming here from Sunrider. We're going to be sharing with you some tips and some ideas on how to connect with more people, get a lot higher engagement to get new customers and IBOs in your business. We're not just going to talk about social media, but we're going to talk about new ways to go out and do that. And so one of the things that is really important today is that readiness for opportunity makes for success. Opportunities often come by accident, but one of the things is that readiness never does. And I'll tell you a short story. Here I was sitting in the airport, waiting to go to the Canadian office in Canada for Sunrider. And there was a gentleman sitting there who I knew who he was because I had a friend who was on the same TV show as him. And here's a person who is very much into health, wellness, fitness, is very public, on and offline, has a lot of media awareness and exposure that way. And the thing that I'll share with you guys is that I'm going to take this concept, which is meeting new people, adding value, and finding a way to follow up, but being ready for those opportunities and some technology that's very simple and better yet, even free, that you can apply immediately to help you do that. And this was a person who literally today influences well over 100,000 people online and is exactly in our target market. So I'm going to start with this concept, which is wherever you meet somebody, whether it's an event or a party, you're traveling, or if you're online, we want to meet new people, engage with them, add value. In other words, we're going to talk about and share things with them that they're interested in. So if they're into horseback riding, or if they're into golf, or if they're into sports or rugby, whatever it might be, we're going to add value to them and find a way to follow up. And the follow-up could be as simple as sending a regular email, a text message, or commenting on their social media channels regularly. This is how we're going to start building that connection and those relationships that are required for building the business and acquiring new customers. So I'm going to start with this concept. And this was something that I did while I was at the airport waiting. But step number one, you're going to create yourself as a new contact in your phone. So you're going to put in your first name, your last name, your email address, your phone numbers, both your mobile and your home, if you have that, whatever website address. So you can actually put that where it says company. So it'll ask you for your first name, last name. Sometimes there's a section, at least on iPhone, it asks for company. You can put in your web address there. You can also put the web address or notes about yourself, things that you're interested in, and your web address in the notes section. Okay, that's step number one. So after you've done that, every new person that you're going to meet, it's going to sound something like this. Hi, Barbara. It was great meeting you. I'd like to share with you my virtual business card. Now, here's what's going to happen. Barbara, or whoever you're talking to, is number one, is never going to probably ever heard this before. What do you mean, a virtual business card? And number two, as you probably already know, the paper business cards today, most people throw them away. I don't know about you, but I have stacks and stacks and stacks of them from other people. But really what I want is, it's not the business card. I want the information in my phone or my address book so that when I look them up, I can quickly and easily find them based on notes that I've written about them, such as where they live, hobbies and things that they're interested in, or what I've met them and what they wanted to talk about. And then I have a way to engage and follow up with this person. So again, after we created this, ourselves as a contact, Barbara, it was great meeting you. I'd love to share with you my virtual business card. And that conversation can go a lot of different ways, but here's what I do. Barbara, what is your number? And I stare and I look at my phone and I don't look up again. And the next thing that I'll do is I'll go to find myself in my phone as a contact, scroll down to the part that says share contact. I will click share. It'll open a new text message and I will ask her for her phone number. So what I've done is I've covertly now basically gotten her phone number or got her phone number without actually directly asking. I'd like to share with you my information so that when I call you, you know that it's me and vice versa, or I text you. And it's really critical, important today, guys, that we do this because ultimately at the end of the day, we want to get in their phone number or their phone book because that way they have all of our notes, our web address, all this different stuff. So that's all right then and there, because how many times have you gone out and met somebody and you're like, oh yeah, I don't remember where I met this person, or, am I confusing them with somebody else that I met? And so it's really important we do this. Now, I text message it, I wait for her phone to ding. I say, Barbara, great, pull out your phone out of your purse. That was my text message. Now click on my contact details and hit save. Now I'm saved into her phone, and while I'm standing there, right next to Barbara, I'm going to ask her for information. So I already have her phone number because I've text messaged her or emailed her, right? And so now I'm going to save her as a contact, have her fill out her information, either hand her my phone or ask her for, how do you spell your first name? How do you spell your last name? What's your best email, Barbara? And then I'm going to go ahead and write some notes about her in the note section as well. It's really that simple on the virtual business card. Now, step number 3, I'm going to find a way to engage with Barbara and follow up with her. Listen, I'd love to connect with you on social media. Can I send you some follow-up information via email? You know, whatever it might be, there's many ways we're going to talk about how we can actually follow up, from an email newsletter, text message program, or many other CRM tools out there. Oh, and that's another great thing too. That one of the things you can do, even better yet, is, hey, Barbara, would you mind if we took a great photo together? There, you snap a selfie, you send it to them, and it's a memorable piece. It's something that you can set yourself apart from everybody else out there. Now, the art of prospecting is helping people share versus sell, and this equals I can do that. So what really this means is we want to use some of the tools. What are some of the tools we have out there today? Obviously, we have the products. We have the sunrider.com/why. There's so many different tools out there. Step number 2 is we're going to follow up and invite them to some sort of a presentation. And that presentation can be done in different ways. And then step number 3 is we're going to present by leveraging our upline and leveraging some of the videos that we already have. This equals duplication and the prospect to think, know, and believe this is something simple that they can do too. So in step number 3 on the presentation, of course, this could be in a party or an event, like in a hotel or your home. This could be just sitting down with somebody over tea. Or this could be virtual on a Zoom or some sort of a webinar, or it could even be a 3-way call with your upline. And so some of those tools that we had talked about, you know, we have product fact sheets, the sunrider.com/why, some of the newsletters. Obviously, the products are a great one. So these are all tools that you can go out and use right now today to keep it simple, to keep it fun, and to keep it easy. But the thing that I want to make sure that you understand is that it's not about you, it's about them. And what I mean by this is when we're adding value and we're following up with people, and I really believe, guys, this is really important. You can do this through a text message program or sending individual text messages. You can send regular emails out through a newsletter by getting permission from them with their email address. Or you can just connect with people on various social media platforms and regularly comment and like the stuff that they're posting to engage a regular conversation and building relations. And so on the social media side, the question is, if networking to grow your business with better, faster, and free, would you do it? Because that's exactly what the internet technology allows us to do today. Now, there are many social networks: WhatsApp, WeChat, Kakao, Line, Facebook, Instagram. And so, you know, different countries obviously have different things. There's nothing wrong with using one or another. I prefer using Facebook or Instagram because it still has some of the largest user bases. But if you're in the Asia markets, you know, you might want to use WeChat or Line or some of these other ones because it does have the majority of those folks in those, or both in Facebook as well. And so they all have similar things, but the thing that you want to understand is regularly engaging with people, liking, commenting, especially commenting on the content that they're posting. The comment is where the relationship online will be built. It's not just, somebody liked my thing that no one ever looks at. People look at the actual comments and engage in the conversation. So social media allows us today for additional recruiting, communicating with our team, events, new trainings, meeting new people, edifying our downline or our team members so that their friends and family see that, hey, if this person can do it, I can do it too, and recognizing them as well. Building your credibility and belief because of the engagement from other team members of, you know, community and all this kind of stuff. And then obviously testimonials. It's really about having fun and fun content. Now, this is taking photos and posting photos from the events that you're at, when you're out and about, or even just finding content and curating it. So again, if you're into horseback riding or rugby or whatever it might be, you can find that content online. You're probably already looking at it anyway, and then posting it to your page and sharing that with your friends. It's really that simple. The thing to understand is that the law of attraction takes place when you are attractive. So what does that mean? That means that people like people who are like themselves or who they want to be like. So this is helping people, having fun, social sponsoring, posting events, team communication, and team events. And so guys, people want to see that if they work with you and your team, and that's the more important part, your team, that they're going to be successful and they're going to have a lot of fun. And so one of the things that we can do to support that is, while you're with your team members, is to take photos and videos and capture all that emotion and energy when your team is having a great time and is in a peak state, and then posting that to your social media channels for the world to see so that they want to be part of that too. But on a daily perspective, what we want to do every day is simply post a photo or a piece of content every day. We want to comment. Now, this is the key part. We want to comment on 10 people's posts in our upline or downline. And then we want to click on our news feeds, and we want to do the same thing. We want to do at least 10 comments on our other friends and people that we're not connected to. This is the key success right here. This one slide is the most important thing that you should be doing every single day, is 10 comments on new people or people you haven't talked to in a long time, or new people that you've met. Now, one of the things that's really key to this business is that we want to help people do what takes no effort to get 100% return. So if you're a person that's great at face-to-face or belly-to-belly, you want to team up with somebody in your team who's not. Or if you're great at putting on conference calls or the comp plan, or if you're good at logistics or internet marketing or three-way phone calls, we want to team up with people on your team who aren't and leverage each other's skill set. This is effortless prosperity, is an entrepreneur using their resources wisely. But social media allows us today to look for leaders. This is the key to unlocking how do we find these people who already have great influence. Well, it's simple. We have hobbies that we're interested in. We have the same interest or demographics or a location if they're entrepreneur-minded, and other community managers. These are people who manage pages on social media or groups or video channels on Vimeo or YouTube or some of these other places that already have a following. These people have influence over others and already have an audience. So you got to think of them like an advertisement channel or a TV station. So what we want to do is we want to start engaging in these groups of topics that are easy for us to already talk about, and we want to build relationships with these people. And I'll tell you, if you'll do 10 of these a day and then 10 comments a day on these 10 new people that you're meeting every day, you will have several thousand people in a matter of months that you can connect with and have different conversations at different times. And we're going to talk about how to do that. But what we want to do first is we want to build relationships, and we want to add value, as I talked about before. So here's some different ways you can start a conversation. Crazy compliment confidence. So it sounds something like this. Hey, Barbara, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I keep seeing you come up on my Facebook, or in this case, your Instagram or your Snapchat or your, whatever you're on. We're going to insert a compliment. Wow, it looks like you have a really great following, and you would be amazing at what I do. What are your thoughts on working with me? And the idea, guys, is we want to create some curiosity. We want to create some openness with people and getting them to take a look at what we're doing. But this is kind of the part of why people are going to look at your page and they're going to see, is this somebody I want to join with? And they're going to see your team members as well. Are these kind of people I want to work with? But again, the point that I want to say is that we want to build a relationship first, add value, have regular, normal conversations. We're not going to walk up to somebody at a party and say, hey, you want to buy my Sunrider products or join my Sunrider business as you first meet somebody. And so this is really about building that relationship. What you want to do that's most important is in building your list is asking people if you can add them to your inner circle. So Barbara, here's my phone number. Now again, keep in mind, we can go back to the virtual business card approach. I want you to be in my inner circle so that when you call me, I know that it's you and I pick up the phone. And vice versa, obviously too. Now, when they're in our inner circle, what this means is, as I've talked about, we can add them to a text message program. And there's many of them out there, Slide Dial being one of them. There's many email newsletter programs out there you can do, including just, using the BCC function in your email. but I'd highly recommend going to an email solution. There's also the text messaging programs. And then again, there's all the social media stuff. So I like the ability not just to connect with people on social media because it's sort of a manual thing where you have to go sift and sort through hundreds or thousands of people and you don't possibly see all of their stuff. I like to actually add people to like an email campaign or some sort of a text message program. And the other one that you can do actually is you can use Facebook Messenger to follow up with people as well. And there's some software out there you can use if you create a page, like a fan page on Facebook as an example, where you can actually have people opt in to a messenger program and you can send out messages that way, which has a very high open-end response rate. But when you're meeting people on social media, if you on specifically Facebook, if you go to their profile page, there'll be a button that says message, and you can actually message them from the computer. Of course, if you have a mobile phone, Messenger app is actually separate from Facebook. But what you can do that's great over just sending a written message is you can actually send a voice message. You can actually record your audio voice and say, "Hi, Barbara, it was great meeting you. I'd love to connect with you. I see you're interested in XYZ. I am too. I'd love to learn more about that and what you do." Or better yet, you can actually send a video message or video chat with somebody on there. And so this is really where you can get personalized and really personalize that message and make it more real as opposed to just being somebody hiding behind a computer writing text. And it really helps in the success rate of building not only the relationship, but also creating new IBOs and creating new customers. But the key thing is that anything without a relationship on or offline is spam. And we wouldn't walk up to somebody in a party and introduce ourselves and immediately ask them to buy our products or join our business. One of the things that's great with Instagram is that they're have launched the Instagram TV platform basically, which is this logo on top of the Instagram logo, which allows people to film in a vertical format. But it's probably going to rival YouTube in the near future because it's all done inside the Instagram platform as opposed to having to log out and go to another platform separately like YouTube. But on Instagram itself, the hashtags are things that, you'd like hashtag the word Sunrider or hashtag the word fitness or put the hashtag sign and weight loss, whatever it might be. Or you can even piggyback off of, hip and trending topics. And that's one of the things that's important about hashtags is that think of the hashtag as something where you're sort of assigning that word or that post to related stuff because people search by those hashtags or search by a trending hashtag. It could be some event going on in your country or in the news, and you could actually sort of help siphon or direct some of that traffic to your page or your post by using the same hashtags. But use all of them. Evernote's a program that allows you to save some of those hashtags and other content you can check out. But one of the things on Instagram that you should do if you're looking to meet new people is find a new person or profile. Comment at least 3 times on some of the stuff that they're posting and connect with that person before you ever ask them about, pitching them Sunrider products or pitching them on the Sunrider business. It's really important, guys, that you do this. Some video animation apps. Now, video has 10 times the reach over text. Facebook, it has more than twice the reach, and it gets shared more than 10 times over pictures. So here's just some apps that you can use to sort of make it fun and make some of your images more video-like and interactable that way. And here's one of them as an example. You'll see the steam coming off of Fortune Delight that you can use that way. Here's another one you can just kind of fun that you can play around with. Here's another one on Wordle, same thing. You just kind of just showing you some examples. Here's another one that you can do is sort of a meme with some video format. Meme is just for those that don't know, it's it's like an image, typically with some text on it. Typically it's sort of just be fun, that kind of thing. Here's another one that's just kind of give you guys an example. This is an event. And then here's another one. You can see the tea being poured out into the glass here. And then, of course, any of these things that we create, where can we post them? Well, it's the same thing. We can post them on any of these different social media platforms. One of the things that's really important is what we talked about earlier in this is to be ready for an opportunity. That's what's going to allow you to be successful. Well, this was a post that happened by a famous celebrity here in the US who was posting about using Fortune Delight in Cali. And the thing that I found interesting about this post was the fact that after this post happened, I didn't see anybody literally inside Sunrider. I mean, people in Sunrider knew about it, but I didn't see anybody actually go to this woman's page who influences hundreds of thousands of people and actually write a comment on this post about, hey, if you'd like to buy some Cali tea or Fortune Delight, get in touch with me. I mean, that's the first thing. But the second thing would be all of the people who commented on this, you easily could have gone in there and connected with every single one of those people who liked this post and basically, kind of from there, engage with those people really easily. These people are literally holding their hand up saying, hey, I'm interested in this, by writing a comment. How do I learn more? And you contact all those people individually. And then here's just a couple other posts on Instagram specifically about products that you could do, and hashtagging. But again, the point here being is that we want to make it about you, about the goal, about the target, and the benefits, not necessarily about the product itself. So, in this case, you would probably post something more like, it's nice to have a pesticide-free and bug-free fruits and vegetables, and have a great picture of a before and after, and create some curiosity about what the product is. And then if people had an interest in what that was, they could simply connect with you to purchase the product. And I mentioned this earlier, Instagram has this video format to make this happen. But it's really important that what we do is we connect with the company and the Australian page and the US page and the different ones in Sunrider, because oftentimes we share content. We'll be sharing more content to help you guys in attracting new prospects and new customers as well. So I hope that you guys all like this information. Again, as a reminder, we're gonna connect with 10 people a day by meeting them online, building a relationship, adding value, adding them to our inner circle. And then what we're gonna be doing from there is we're gonna be commenting on 10 people a day on the stuff that they post and continually engaging and building that relationship with new people all of the time. And then you literally have a never-ending source of prospects online. Hey guys, that's my time for today. Congratulate all you for being here. It's my pleasure, and look forward to connecting with you real soon.